Hello, I'm Dave, and I'm here to talk about Vancouver, June 22nd, 1973 Grateful Dead show at the P.N.E. Coliseum, which is only about 50 miles in that direction. I'm shooting this on the southern tip of Vancouver Island, so just kind of northeast of here is Vancouver, southeast of here is Seattle, and quite a bit southeast of here, almost due south, is Portland, Oregon, actually southeast. It's Portland, about 170 miles. But I'm here to talk about the first show in our box set, the Pacific Northwest 73-74, which is out now at dead.net, and I don't know how it's selling. I think it's selling really well, so if you're interested in getting it, get on board sooner than later before it's gone. It's a really great box set, and this show in particular, this show, the first show in the box, June 22nd, it was the cornerstone of a lot of people's tape collections for a long time, as far as 1973 shows go. When I was tape trading in the mid-'80s, late 80s, we had Kezar 73, we had Vancouver 73, RFK, of course, 2 weeks before the Vancouver show on June 10th. And those were kind of the three main shows from 1973 that we had. I'm trying to think, what else did we have? There were definitely other tapes, but not in this quality, and nor, in my opinion, in this performance quality. The Vancouver show is really an incredible piece of art. I mean, and it's a long show. This is the show in the box set that is 4 CDs. You might have noticed the box is 19 CDs instead of 18. It's 6 shows, and a show is usually 3 CDs. This one is 4 CDs because it's so long. And in my opinion, it is one of the best second set jam sequences of 1973, and that's saying a heck of a lot. I think, I think a lot of people agree that 73 is a great year in Grateful Dead history, up there with 72 and 74 and 77 and 89 and 90 and 69 and 70. You know, there was a lot of good years in Dead history, but 73 I think is up there in terms of creativity, in terms of inspiration, engagement in every song. The band is completely present. They're having a really good time. And there was a lot going on in the Dead world at the time, of course. Right at this time, they had left Warner Brothers. They were about to embark on the recording of Wake of the Flood with all that new material. And with that, they hit the West Coast for these 3 Pacific Northwest shows. So the Vancouver show, a couple of things I do want to point out because I think this is going to be our listening party. Birdsong, widely considered one of, if not the greatest birdsong the Grateful Dead ever performed. And I know I can be prone to hyperbole sometimes, but I would agree with that assessment. I think Veneta, a year before, in August of 1972, is up there. And there are others. There's definitely other bird songs that are really incredible. This one, it's almost hypnotic. The groove they get into, I've never heard anything like it. And as I've been working, I've known this show for a lot of years, but as I've been working on it a lot more closely in the last 6 or 8 months as we've been putting this box set together, I've really, well, I was going to say grown to appreciate. I've always appreciated this bird song. I've really begun to realize that this is really one of the coolest moments in 1973, the bird song. Just the groove they get into, it just flows like I've never heard before, and that's saying a lot. This song is a song that flows. And the other thing I want to point out about this, there's a lot. There's a great Here Comes Sunshine of playing the band. Probably the best fill solo I've ever heard, where Jerry then jumps in at the end of the fill solo as they hit that really cool melodic groove. But the He's Gone that launches the second set jam that has He's Gone, Truckin', the fill solo with all the jams around it, the other one, a Wharf Rat, and a Sugar Mag to wrap things up, is really an incredible 70 minutes of music. But the He's Gone that launches it is, again, here we go with the best ever. I don't know about that, but it's certainly one of my favorite versions. I'm going to use the subjective my favorite instead of the objective the best ever. But it really is an incredible version of He's Gone right throughout, and then the thing that to me really puts it over the top is the closing vocal jam, which throughout the years from 72 onward when they were doing He's Gone, they would often have a lot of fun with that vocal jam at the end of He's Gone. But this one in particular, because you get the 4 of them, you get Bob and Jerry and Donna and Phil all singing, and Phil's doing this really cool, I don't know if it's a baritone, but he's doing this really cool low-end stuff, and he's really having fun with it. He's a professional, he's not being goofy or anything, he's just having a lot of fun with what he can do vocally in coming in and out of Jerry and Bobby and Donna doing their parts of the song. And then it launches into the jam that becomes Truckin' and on and on and on. It's really a wonderful piece of music. Again, to me, and this has been going for 30 some years, the second set jam from Vancouver 6/22/73 is one of my favorites of the entire year, which again is saying a lot. There's some great Dark Stars that year, some great That's It, or not That's It, but there's some great other ones. Lots of later in the year Weather Report suites, playing in the bands, all that stuff. This is the jam for me. I love it. And the other great thing about Vancouver, if you've been a tape trader all these years, you've probably been missing a big chunk of the second set. We were always missing a pretty substantial chunk of that second set on the recording. Well, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, as you might have heard, we got a bunch of tapes that came home to the Dead's Vault. We've got the Vancouver show in a complete form now, and it sounds incredible. Jeffrey Norman mastered, plangent process. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I was asked to keep this brief. I'm not very good at that. But Vancouver 73, the first in our box set, it's a wonderful, wonderful show. A great way to start a 19 CD 6-show box set from some of the best eras ever, 73, 74, from right here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Again, it's not even 7 in the morning, it's 6:30 in the morning. There's lots of birds around. I came down here this morning and there was an eagle on these rocks. I was hoping to shoot this with the eagle in the background, but it flew away. Big bald eagle, big beautiful, sitting on the rocks, probably having its breakfast. So anyhow, thank you for watching. June 22nd, 73, Birdsong and He's Gone, two of the best moments in what, in my opinion, is one of the best shows of the year. Enjoy it, and we'll see you around.